Okay, so talking about Batman, I think let's first see the DC fandom trailer and then start a
Sure.
discussion about Batman as to how it has evolved from Dark Knight to Batfleck to Batman. Okay, let's just keep it to three Batmans for now because पहले के तो हम जन्मे भी नहीं थे यार उस समय, ठीक है, तो वो छोड़ते हैं अभी के लिए। अभी तीन बैटमैन पे ये करते हैं और तीनों ही काफी अच्छा पोर्ट्रेल कर चुके हैं मेरे हिसाब से, बट लेट्स सी। पहले ट्रेलर देखते हैं। ओके, जस्ट अ मिनट। यप, देयर यू गो। शेयर कंप्यूटर सामने। ओके,
No matter how many times I watch this, I always get goosebumps.
so let's talk about Riddler being the obvious main villain because of the 2021, the date coming in question mark 0 question mark 1, right? So I think Riddler is going to be the main focus of the story. Penguin is set to come in. The casting has already been done. Alfred is there, obviously. Gordon, it's for the first Black Gordon, and Robert Pattinson as Batman. So, okay, I'll tell you my first impression of the trailer. Then you guys can go on and explain your takes on it. So, I think to me, this trailer was replacing Christian Bale as Batman in the Dark Knight series with Ben Affleck. All right, because I'll tell you why. Because if you see the Dark Knight, right, it was more social than comic booky, right? The tone of the movie was more socio-political than it was comic book stuff. So I think this is what Matt Reeves is also going to do, because seeing the tone of the this thing trailer, like the background voice that is saying, if you are justice, then I am this, whatever he says. So seeing that, and then Batman fighting off cops in a cage, I don't know what is going on there, but I'm pretty hyped up for that too. So I think we're gonna see how Bruce Wayne gets to Batman. Okay, like gets to being Batman. We're gonna see a very good Riddler. We're gonna see a very good Penguin. There is a Joker group reference. I think Anindya and Cairo can talk better about that. So I think to me it was
Yeah,
the Dark Knight series, but with Ben Affleck, so that we can get to see action at a faster pace than what Bale was. Bale sort of was a common man rather than Batman. He just tried being Batman to me. I'm not saying Nolan did it wrong. No, Nolan did it his own way, but it didn't work out for me because if you see me, I'd like to give comic book creators that credit for coming up with those characters. I think Nolan went too far away with that concept because too far away from the concept, because when it comes to Batman's agility, when it comes to Batman's capacity to take punches, all of that was shown through a very wrong angle. Because I remember a scene where he takes off his shirt and he has a lot of bruises, right? So I think if Batman has those many bruises just by fighting off, some thugs that Joker has actually hired, he needs to improvise his suit a lot, a lot more. So that was a take where I think Nolan tried to say that Bruce Wayne is a very tough man even when he's not Batman, but it didn't work out for me well because the intensity was good, but agility, it lacked those comic book moments. Bane cracking Batman's back didn't have that intensity for me, because it was Bane wasn't as large as he should have been. His concept was totally different from what he was. Like, rather than him taking poison, and he just had some respiratory problems like asthma, like broken nose. That's very shallow, dude. Very shallow. I mean, whoever came up with Bane, he would have been rolling in his grave, dude. So I think Nolan did a very good job being Nolan, but he did a very bad job at portraying Batman as Batman, because again, it lacked comic book moments. To me, it did. But yeah, your take on it, and then we'll go into further analysis. And Cairo, first you.
Yeah, so like you said, when initially I watched the trilogy, Bale trilogy, Christian Bale trilogy, I was really hyped up, and oh,
Same.
but then when I actually, when I actually got into comics and animated universe, when I started to explore DC more, I'm
Hmm.
still exploring, but when I started to explore DC more, then when you watch it again, uh, it was at best an average trilogy for me,
Hmm.
because you know they didn't get a lot of things right.
Yeah. I mean, the point was even Hugo told me that what Nolan did was before Flashpoint Paradox, and what Ben Affleck's Batman was after Flashpoint Paradox. Right? He bulked up and he aged and stuff like that. So I think, like keeping the Flashpoint Paradox aside, comics still have their comic book moments, like the moments where we talk about
No,
Joker and
yeah,
Batman fighting, right?
yeah.
Joker has that
And
madness, Batman has the technique. Then Scarecrow and
the
Ra's al
the,
Ghul in the first
the
this thing.
point is, so the main hype of the trilogy was what? The Joker, right?
I think, yeah, that was the main hype, because even Batman Begins did not have that hype that the Dark Knight had, because it had a great Joker, and people
Yeah,
figured that out through the trailer itself. They didn't have to watch the movie to figure that out.
correct. But see, this is an unpopular opinion that I have,
Mm.
but the actor, the Joker that was provided to him, he did a very good Joker. But
Well, yeah.
what I'm saying is, the Joker that was provided to him was flawed.
Mm. Mm.
Meaning they changed the entire ideology of the Joker in that movie.
Could you explain it a little for our audience, so that what was the exact ideology of Joker in the comics, and what was his ideology in the movie? So how was it different, if not flawed?
See, in the movie, they've shown the Joker to have an ideology where all he wanted to do was create chaos, right?
Yeah, in the movie it did. Yes.
Yeah. But in if you look at comics,
Hmm.
one of his major aim and goal in life
Hmm.
was not only just to create chaos, but it the only reason Joker exists is to
Batman.
drive Batman to a point where he breaks his code.
Yeah, that's
That is
true.
the ultimate form of chaos for Joker,
That's true. I
which
think.
I feel
Hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
they
Finish.
what I feel is Joker pushed Batman to certain limits, but none of them was but nowhere did he even try to push him to a point where where
It would go crazy. Yeah.
Batman would consider killing.
Yeah. I think Arkham Knight and Arkham Asylum, if you see the games where Joker was
Yeah,
portrayed, uh, to be done
that
like
was an amazing
amazingly
Joker.
well, right? Like it got. I think it did justice to both Nolan's notion of what Batman was and what Joker was, and everything like what Nolan did, and it was also justice to the comics, because I think Batman, Joker, Bane, all the villains that were shown, Killer Croc, each and every villain that was shown, and each and every superhero that was used in the games was paid respect to the origins and paid respect to the people who came up with the characters, right? So I
Yeah.
think
Also,
the games did it better
uh,
than the Nolan trilogy to me.
movies, of course. Also, in my opinion, the Batman in the first and the second part of the trilogy
Hmm.
was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
ठीक है? Be it the suit,
Hmm.
because the first two movies were more like the initial few years of Batman
Yeah, so
as
he was
Batman.
building up the suit again and again, the gadgets
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So I like that part. The
yeah.
I think Nolan got Batcave right. I'll say that. Okay,
The
Nolan got the Batcave right.
Nolan got, and he also got a lot of gadgets right.
True. I mean, the Batcave as a whole, I'm saying,
Yeah.
Batmobile, Batman suit, the gadgets, everything. I'm talking about everything when it comes to Batcave.
Yeah. But if you come to the third part, I don't even consider that.
Yeah.
I just at this point I'm just happy to assume that that movie was never created
Yep.
because it had a few things right, but the lot of things happened between second and third that they should have showed and they did not show.
I think Nolan's trilogy was more like the Age of Ultron of the MCU. If you watch
Yeah,
it as movies that Nolan created,
they're amazing movies.
you'd be as mind blown as any other Nolan's movie. But if you watch them as a comic book fan, there are a lot of flawed elements that you figure
Yeah,
out, and that sort of disappoints you in the long run because lot of efforts went in the movie. I think people did a great job, but the final product was not something that could please the core comic book fans as much as it should have. I think when it
no,
came to Nolan.
I think Ananda will agree to this. Is in the initial years, Batman was not bulky. Batman was like Christian Bale's Batman they have shown, and like Robert Pattinson's Batman they have shown. In the initial years, that was his physique. But as the time went on, and he was being Batman for a longer time, he bulked up like Ben Affleck. All
Hmm.
right. So Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson as an early Batman completely fit the bill, and Ben Affleck as a late Batman also fits the bill pretty good.
Hmm.
But what I feel for Ben Affleck's Batman was they made the character amazing. Ben Affleck's Batman was really good,
I
but
think BVS
I feel they
BVS
did not.
portrayed Ben Affleck well, right?
Yeah, but I think they did not actually explore gadget part of Batman a lot. They did,
Um,
but not
I think
completely.
I'll tell you what happened. So, according to me, what happened was what Zack had in mind while making Batman v Superman was pre-established characters.
Hold up. And by the way, you're on mute if you don't know that.
Oh shit! I thought I'd tell Anindya to speak in the end because he's very closely related to Batman as a comic book fan. But yeah, adds to the excitement. Okay.
And you're still on mute, Ananda.
Unmute, unmute, unmute. Kar. Start.
Yeah.
Go.
You want me to go again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what I feel is Ben Affleck's Batman, they explored the character very well, but they did not explore
The gadgets
the
so
gadget
well.
to its entirety.
I think I'll tell you what happened there. What Zack had in mind while making BVS was Batman pre-established character, Superman already established through Man of Steel. So what he wanted to do through BVS was first and foremost create that hype for the fans. All right. If you see the Snyder cut, the 3 hour movie that was made, amazing movie. All right, like amazing. But if you see the 2.5 hour edit, very bad discontinuities here and there. Like the editing was so bad, you don't even know कहाँ से कहाँ जा रही है movie. मतलब the transition between scenes was very bad. Okay, but the 3 hour cut was good. Second thing, I don't think that Snyder's aim was to show gadgets well because if you see the fight between Batman and Superman that's happening, there itself, they show Batman making a whole suit. They show the Bat Cave. They show Robin's suit. They show a Batmobile. They show in BVS they show the the I'll say aircraft Quinjet that Batman has. All right, yeah, so all of that has been shown so smoothly in the movie that you don't see Snyder specially, covering Batman's gadgets, it has been incorporated throughout the movie very smoothly. So I think he didn't fail there. Rather, he wanted to give you a feeling that Batman uses gadgets when he needs them. He doesn't keep using them. That's what he wanted to give you the feeling of that. That's my take. So coming to Anandya,
Okay. Yeah.
Matt
So
Reeves Batman, Robert Pattinson, Batfleck, and Bale. What is your take on these three?
okay. 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 So I'm gonna monologue. Hmm.
Sure, sure.
So let's start. Let's start. Let's start with the very first one. That is obviously the Christopher Nolan one. Okay, so the one thing that you have to get in mind is that before we get into the heat of things and discuss about it intensively,
Hmm.
is that Christopher Nolan had a as we already discussed it in the past with the Superman's new perception that Snyder tried.
Hmm.
It's the same with Nolan. He kept the basic he kept the origin story same and the character's name same, but he put it in a very different mold. Not
Hmm.
exactly but like not exactly entirely different, but yeah, it was a really different one.
Hmm.
He kept origin story same with the whole League of Shadows and everything. So Batman Begins was an okay movie. Like it set up the Batman thing really nice. Second, let's come to Dark Knight. Okay, so all in all, Dark Knight was a one-man show, and that was Heath Ledger. Okay, and this is one thing that I really agree upon. It was a one-man show.
Hmm.
He was the one who drove the entire story, the acting, everything. See, even uh, that Joker drove Batman to a certain point. Like, if you see the connection between, there's a connection between two scenes. In the first scene, wherein he is seeing his upgrades with Lucius Fox, who is played by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
So
Freeman,
he's
yeah.
looking at the upgrades. Yeah. So when he is looking at the upgrades, he saw the detachable wings, right? He has in his gloves. So that's an upgrade, and those are so sharp that those can penetrate through anything and it gets stuck on wall, something like this. Like we use like a shuriken or something like that.
I
So
think that was
those are
inspired from
really
TMNT Shredder. Do you remember him throwing those
yeah
claws of
yeah
his at the and then
yeah
calling, like,
yeah,
attracting them back
exactly,
through electromagnets?
yeah exactly. So that's an upgrade. So that's
Hmm.
a scene wherein he can use that thing to attack thing, and it's really sharp.
Hmm.
Later on, really, late in the movie, there's a scene where he has Joker by his neck, like he's pinned Joker down, and he has um, those same whatever you call it, the same pointed at his neck, and he's ready because he doesn't know what to do. And in this point of time, there are over I don't know 70 people in danger. He's already lost his friend.
The
Uh,
whole city, I think, because
Harvey Dent. Yeah,
he had
two
planted
ferries,
bombs
two ferries.
everywhere and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bluff. Like, he hadn't. They were two ferries. There
Yeah,
were two
yeah,
ferries. One of them was yeah. So that is one thing. Okay. He has already lost his friend Harvey Dent.
yeah.
Uh, third, Rachel is not talking to him. So you see, everything around him is crumbling one by one.
Didn't
Okay.
Rachel die by then, like in the movie?
Sorry.
By the time,
Sorry.
can you? Hello, hello, hello.
Hmm.
आवाज आ रही है?
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
saying, didn't Rachel die by the time he reaches that point where he's trying to kill Joker?
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So that's
yeah.
even more
So
drastic than
yeah,
Rachel not talking to him.
exactly. Yeah, my bad. So yeah, let's add it to the list. So yeah, so everything is crumbling around him, and this is obviously he's creating chaos. But all of this has drove the Batman to a point where he's ready to kill the Joker, although he wouldn't, but he's ready to kill him, right? So that's one take. That's one point that Cairo mentioned, that the Joker never pushed him. Like there are no actions that specifically push the Batman towards the point, but it's all the things combined that actually forces him to, maybe take, threaten him, or, you know, have that thought in his head. So that's one thing dealt with.
Hmm.
Second, okay, so that's Dark Knight. Now the Dark Knight Rises. Hmm. Okay, so Batman in reality is a mortal, right? He doesn't have any
Yeah.
superpowers. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the peak of a mortal man, let's
Hmm.
say.
Just like
Okay.
Captain America has been shown in,
The,
with the super soldier serum and stuff like that. The same way Batman
yeah,
has
yeah,
been shown.
Batman. Exactly. So yeah, I remember you saying something like if he gets beaten by a few of the thugs, so it's yeah, fine. He's a man. He can get beaten. But the thing is, I read it somewhere that the physical pain that Batman endures on a daily basis would actually kill a person. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
like
true. I've
factor
seen
in.
it in the comics,
Uh,
and I've seen my friends talking about it. That like the scenes where he's like, "Don't you get scared" and stuff like that. So then Batman says that I face death every day, and
I'm
every
Batman.
day it passes by and
I'm
stuff like.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
Yeah,
I'm
even I
Batman.
read a fact where it was mentioned that in totality, Batman has experienced like more than 300 or 400 types of pains.
Exactly. So see, all in all, he's Batman.
Yeah.
So that's another. There's no going beyond that. So okay, so coming back to Dark Knight Rises, it's another different take of the director's version on it. So yeah, Bane is known to be a, physical foe, if I may, physical foe of Batman. So generally, it has always been fists and fury between them. So they always exchanged fists, and you know, uh, basically fought every time they've met, and that's how the story ensues, and that's how it follows. But in this Dark Knight Rises, it goes a step beyond, wherein Bane breaks the bat not just physically but also emotionally
Mentally.
and in other ways. Exactly, emotionally, socially, mentally, everything, right? The entire corporation goes down. The entire city goes down. He is
The
broken.
whole PD goes
You know,
down. That's true.
exactly. Exactly. So it's just an extension of something else. It's just an extension of a knowledge. It's like if Bane trained under Joker.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, but
you see.
okay, complete your
So
sentence. And
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah. So Bane coming with that uh, training from like the origin story, like coming with the training from League of Shadows and knows how to plan things, and then he goes on to, if he goes on to train under something as lunatic as Joker.
Hmm.
So if he applies those, you know, those planning skills to creating chaos, you see, planning to create chaos is will take this thing to a whole another level, and that's what they did. No, cut Gotham off from the entire world, used only one bridge and stuff like that. They had a nuclear bomb inside Gotham. So all these things. So Dark Knight Rises, if you see as a villain, he was successful in breaking the bat. Hmm.
I get it.
So that should give, yeah, so that should give him the Bane some brownie points, in
But
my
was
opinion,
it
to be honest.
really him or just that? I forgot her name.
Ra's al Ghul itself. Yeah,
Talia,
Talia al Ghul.
Talia.
Yeah,
Talia. So yeah, obviously, Talia's. Yeah, sorry. Really good point mentioning. So Talia actually did a lot of planning, and she was successful in doing so. But Bane had to play a major part in it, right?
but in
If
the end, Bane just ended up being a puppet, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that's what they
obviously
show as to Bane didn't really apply the brains. He was the muscle of the plan where he executed everything.
Yeah.
But the planning was all Talia. So I think, according to me, yeah, I agree with what Anindya is saying. But there is one point that
On
was
the on
sad about Bane, that the concept of him having that mask over his head
Venom
and yeah,
and
not
Venom
having the
and
venom with him.
everything.
I mean, that was such a flawed concept for Bane. You there, Anindya? Okay, so yeah, I was saying, yeah, the concept of Bane was very flawed that way, because I think give him the brains, not a problem. Breaking the bat, not a problem. But the roots of where he comes from, you know, I don't think a broken nose can drive a person to such craziness where he, wants to take the whole city down and drive the bat crazy. Because, in the end, if you see,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, taking poison the whole time, inflicting pain to your body each and every time you want to power up, seems a more plausible reason to go against the system rather than just a broken nose. So I think that's where Bane went wrong for me. And the climax of the movie
See,
was too long, right? From the point where Batman just goes in pure rage to fight Bane, he's beaten down, he's broken,
Mm,
thrown into a prison, and from there to when
mm.
he gets back to being Batman, like that whole phase of the movie was too long for me to bear without a superhero being in the movie. Because the point was again the Knight, right? Not Bane. So that I think was a little off for me. But other than that, I think I agree with you as to giving an upgrade to Bane. I think that's what you meant, right? By
see
saying
again.
those
The
things.
point is, I think and Mayank will agree with me here. The point is that as an individual movie, if you look at it and you shut out your comic book knowledge, and then you watch a movie, it was a good trilogy.
It was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, but if you you know
Yes.
if you look at
Even I agree
comic
to
book,
even see even I agree
but
to
if you
that.
look at it, if you look at comic book accuracy, see the
Hmm.
story, you cannot copy the entire story. I get that, but
Hmm.
at least the character portrayal could have been more accurate.
True.
See, a costume going wrong here and there is still understandable, but the entire concept of Bane having venom, if you remove that, then there is not much left to Bane.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I get it.
I mean,
I
then what is
understand.
the difference between a thug and Bane? It's just that Bane was trained. That is
Better
all they have
than a
shown.
normal
That Bane
thug,
is a
yeah.
thug. Yeah, Bane is a thug who
Yeah.
has been trained well. That's
Hmm.
it. But
Hmm.
if when they missed on Venom, they actually missed on the entire ideology on which Bane works, which
Yeah,
is
Hmm. Hmm.
he wants to get rid of a society where you have to inflict pain to gain something, like
exactly.
Mayank said.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So I
Exactly.
think,
Even no, no.
hmm,
Even I agree to the see. Even I agree to that part that Venom is one of the defining characteristics of Venom in the comics, and it should have been represented in the movies as well. So yeah, I agree.
okay, we have talked a
Yeah.
lot about Dark Knight. Let's talk about Batfleck now, Anindya. If you could give us some insights
Hmm.
on what Batfleck was to you as
Oh
compared to the
yeah.
comics.
Yeah. So Batfleck. See again the thing where it differentiates all of these movies, the Nolan, the Batfleck, and the Matt Reeves, that is Patterson's, is the timeline. So the timeline of these events have been pretty, distinct. And the Batfleck that we got was around something where around after Dark Knight Returns, where he has probably retired.
Hmm.
He doesn't go on patrols anymore, and has almost hung up the cowl.
Hmm.
That's the and as he has already lost Joker, so you see
Hmm.
the jokes on you and everything. So that's that's a oh. tribute. So as we have seen that the movie has a lot of analogous scenes to Dark Knight Returns, the whole BVS and everything.
Yeah.
So and yeah, uh, during that time, Batman did get a bulk up, as Cairo said that it started off with the Christian Bale body, then it moved on to a Batfleck body. So yeah, and the Batman around that point wasn't, obviously he still uses the gadgets, the planning and all, but he was a brawler. So
Yeah.
he, like, as you can see in BVS, he used the kryptonite gas to weaken Superman, and then he goes on to fight him
I mean,
after
what
level.
Which
as
I
I told,
believe
yeah.
BVS was, matlab, I don't know why people had to say what they had to say about BVS, but I found BVS to be an amazing movie.
Yeah, it was. It was. No issues about that. No, like,
I
no
think
doubts about that.
what happened was the edit that was released in the theaters was the wrong edit that they went with. They should have released the Snyder cut in the theaters to have better reviews coming in, because the connection between scenes is very important, I think, right? I mean, if you see, if you actually see the 2.5 hours cut of the movie, it doesn't explain how Louis Lane gets to know that the fight is going on in Gotham and not in Metropolis. She doesn't know that, and it's not shown in the 2.5 hours cut. But when you see the 3 hour cut, they show Louis Lane after being saved. They show Louis Lane seeing towards Gotham and seeing the sign, the bat sign in the air, and then knowing that Batman has called Superman there to fight, and that's when she takes a helicopter and goes there, right? So the 3 hour Snyder cut was, I think, a great installment. I loved that movie.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
so that
to me it did.
That seems
to
to
me
be
it was
the
a
case
great movie.
with. Obviously, I think we all three of us agree here. So, and I just wanted to mention that seems to be the case with all of these Zack Snyder DC movies. The wrong cut being released.
Well,
any
Justice League. Down.
So yeah, there were a lot of things missing as such. The whole reasoning, the whole reasoning as to, obviously they kind of explain why Batman is looking, as he like mentioned in the comics, he always goes for, he always like contingencies and everything. So, but yeah, they should have portrayed in a much, like they have portrayed it, but they should have shown the scenes that are important. Like, why does he need to exactly fight Superman, and why does he end it on such a quick note? Why do they why does Superman give himself up on Doomsday? And the whole reasoning, the whole setup of the movie is necessary, and
That's true.
that's me. So yeah, and talking about Batman, it was a great.
Dude, I think one thing in BVS that was mocked a lot was Martha.
Yeah.
That scene. But what I figured in these 6 years, right? It was released in 2014, right? If I'm not wrong. BVS came in 2014, right? Yeah. So I remember that I went to see Batman v Superman like a week before JEE Mains, because I was hella geeked out with the trailer and stuff. So I went to see it like a week before my main exam. Okay. So I didn't care about the exam. I'm a huge comic book fan. I've always been. So it was a big deal for me. I went, I watched the movie. Well, the first impression.
कितने आए थे जेई में? कितने आए थे?
तेरे से ज़्यादा आए थे.
कितने आए थे जेई में? कितने आए थे?
तेरे से ज़्यादा आए थे.
I think
ठीक है, बात नहीं करते.
I think you mean 2016 or 2014.
Sorry. Yeah, 2016. Sorry. Yeah, 2016. Exactly. I'm so sorry. So in these 4 years, through these 4 years, I think what I've learned is, when it comes to Batman, what defines Batman is the death of his parents, right? The first thing that comes to your mind as to why Bruce Wayne went on to become Batman is the death of his parents. Happened through the night, happened because of a thug, crimes going on and stuff like that. Because of that, it happened. So I think saying, mocking that scene wasn't right, because in the first go, obviously, it seems very shallow, but going on and thinking more and more about it, I think it was justified for me, because it is what defines Batman, right? His parents define him, directly or indirectly. And that is why when the name Martha came forward, like, you see, years later, like years after his parents' death, he watching his mom die in front of his eyes, somebody saying, they'll kill Martha, right? He doesn't know which Martha. He's still in the hope that, oh shit, can I actually see my mom somehow? Like, that's what his first thought in his head would have been, right? They'll kill Martha. He would have been like, was I bluffed? What is this going on? And then he says, who's Martha? Who's Martha? Like, he asked that in desperation, and then he gets to know that Superman's mom is also named Martha, and that somehow drives him to stop fighting, stop hunting for Superman, stop winning over him, and going and saving Superman's mother, because she's also named Martha, because he lost his mom, who was named Martha, and that is what defines Batman. So I think, going by that notion, that scene was justified for me.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I agree.
So,
Okay.
last but not the least, Matt Reeves' Batman's Batmobile, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna stand a limb and say I have been far more impressed than I thought I would be.
Exactly,
There I said
exactly.
it. I did not I did not hope it to be this good, but it is. It is really good.
What
Trust
I
me.
think what happened was, when I saw the trailer, when they showed the Batmobile from a front view, I was like, what the fuck? It's just a muscle car. And then I saw it from the rear, and I was like, oh, that's a Batmobile.
Not
Like,
just a
that's, I
muscle
think,
car.
yeah, I think that's what happened. So
And
let's agree to the fact that we have seen way better Batmobiles, right? Way better Batmobiles. When it comes to Arkham game series, they went crazy with it.
Nolan,
Like, the best Batmovie
No,
we've ever
even
seen.
even
Nolan,
Nolan, yes.
Nolan. Come on, dude.
Every Batman movie that we have seen till now, I think each and every Batman movie had its own crazy Batmobile. No matter the suits, no matter the gadgets, Batmobile was always one of the things that we talked about, right? That यार,
but
Exactly.
बेन एफ्लेक ने चाहे कितना भी फालतू बैटमैन प्ले किया हो, एक चीज तो पक्की है कि उसकी बैटमोबाइल और उसकी क्विंजेट बहुत फाड़ थी. यानी तो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट नोलन, यार बेल के अगर इंस्टॉलमेंट्स देखे तो बहुत घटिया थी कॉमिक बुक वाइज, बट बैटमोबाइल डूड, ऐसे हम ऐसी बात करते थे. बट देन व्हेन इट केम टू मैट रीव्स, आई एम लाइक, innovation OP, nothing else. I won't say anything else. I won't say Batmobile OP. I won't say muscle car OP. I'll say innovation OP.
yeah, but the notion of they really did one thing well, which I thought they're going to break this, custom that has been going on for like 3-4 decades now. That if you guys have noticed that the new Batman is always better than all previous Batmans.
They have tried to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you who was the last Batman before Christian Bale? Was it George Clooney or
Keaton.
Michael Keaton?
Keaton.
Right.
Keaton.
So if
Clooney
you
came
look at it,
right before Keaton, and he was very nipples.
if you but Clooney's Batman was better than all previous Batmans, because then the bar was very low.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Then Michael Keaton's Batman was much better than Clooney's Batman.
That's true.
See, irrespective of the storyline, Christian Bale's Batman, you can watch it n number of times.
That's what I said. Nolan. In the end, it's Nolan.
And Ben Affleck portrayed the Batman we deserved.
Hmm.
And now I really initially when they announced that Robert Pattinson is going to be Batman, for a moment I was like, ah, shit.
All three of us
Because-
Here we
were
go
bummed
again.
by the fact that Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson is coming up to play the Batman. But later on,
Yeah.
I think we realized that it's not the acting skills that he lacks; it's the knack for right projects, right? Because
Yeah.
we are gonna see him in Tenet
Yeah.
too. We're gonna see him in Matt Reeves' Batman. I think we're gonna see
Yeah.
him in a lot of good projects from now on.
Yeah. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then when I saw the trailer, they have what I think was in the movie they're trying to show the rawness, how raw the Batman was. If you remember, like we just saw the trailer where he just beat up that Joker thug.
Yep. बेरहमी जो बोलते हैं.
Yeah.
Hmm.
वो
Brutal.
जो रॉ पावर जो वो रिलीज कर रहा है एंड इवन द सूट इट इज गुड बट नॉट अ प्रॉपर सूट you know there's still bamboo sticks or whatever sticks on his
Yeah,
hand.
his sleeve that he has, that's still under development.
It's still very initial phase
think-
of Batman, I believe.
I think let's break down the trailer a little bit so that we can talk.
See, we
about
have
it
Riddler
well.
for sure. We have Catwoman for sure. I'm sure we have Penguin as well.
We have Penguin, we have Riddler, we have Catwoman for sure. We don't know yet about the Joker. I mean, what exactly will they be showing as when it comes to Joker?
I am very curious about Joker. Why? Because I want to see whether because we've seen in the trailer we've seen the group that follows the Joker ideologies, right?
Yeah. Let's just see the first, I think, 30 seconds.
From your secret friend. Underneath the bridge. Who? Topper sprung.
Okay, so up to here, okay, the entry of Jim Gordon, I think it was perfect, right? The entry sequence of Jim Gordon is through a crime scene. So the fact that he's a commissioner and he's one of the most concerned commissioners we have seen, because when it comes to commissioners, they don't usually go to the crime scene, but Gordon goes to each and every crime scene. He analyzes them personally. Okay, because somewhere or the other he has distrust in the system too, right? That's why he supports Batman in what he does, right? So that's one thing I love about this scene. Okay.
Animals I've trapped. Haven't a clue.
Are those Batman's boots?
Hmm?
Are those Batman's
Yeah.
boots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's basically wearing safety shoes.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
if you notice, the cape is too short.
And it's uneven. When it comes to the the perfect suit, if we say about Batman in Arkham and all, he has that sort of a
See, if you look at the trailer, when I looked at the trailer, the first thought that came to my mind was, so it is not only showing the early days of Batman, but also showing the early days of other major important villains that Batman had.
yeah. The guy in the mask is Riddler, I think, right? With the
Yeah,
specs.
it is Riddler.
That's Riddler.
Yeah, it is
He's
Riddler.
just hiding
Yeah.
his face. He doesn't have a mask. I think Riddler's, classic green mask that he has, that Jim Carrey wore in the movies. Remember?
Yeah.
That has been replaced with the specs
Just-
here, showing that Riddler is a
Okay,
thing.
okay.
A guy who compels you to think. you know,
No,
like that.
apart the newer portrayal of Riddler shows him having specs as well.
Yeah.
Just pause it on the card part when he's about to open the card.
Sure.
Just pause it over
Let's
there.
play.
This one.
Just go scene back. Yes, scene back.
Having a clue.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
Having a clue.
The friends.
Arey, it's very difficult, dude.
Just slow कर दे. इसको
हाँ,
one
वही
there.
करता हूँ. 1 minute. I just put it at 0.5. There's some kind of a design there, right? I think.
0.25. I'll
Just
show
a
you
minute.
something.
Yeah.
0.25.
Yeah. I did that. Every time to get there. Secret friend.
Okay, so this can be a reference to Coat of Owls.
Okay.
You see on the front page there's an owl right there.
Yeah. I think
Amazing.
this is 223, right? There is a. Is it this?
It's more of a Easter egg that they've put there. I don't think
Yeah.
they're using Coat of Owls anytime soon.
Let's see.
Not until they introduce the son
just-
of Batman.
Just just a hint
Yeah.
as such.
Just a minute. I think I have seen the a more, I'll say, clearer version of this. Where is the? Just a minute. Yeah, 240. Let's see this.
Anything, I guess.
There was something extra, I think, which I have seen. Oh, but no, it's not. There's nothing extra. Fine. We were at 43. There we go.
Let's play a game.
Buffalo.
Just me and you. Any of this mean
Okay, so
anything
was it-
to you?
To the Batman.
Go back to the clicking photo.
Okay.
Just me and you.
Play. Pause. If you zoom in on the photo, newspaper cutout right there, it says Maroni drug bust.
Yeah,
So
Maroni.
Maroni, so Maroni is Sal Maroni, mob boss. It was, I don't know which exactly, but he was responsible for creating Two-Face. Harvey Dent. He was the one who threw acid on it, Harvey Dent's face in a coat, and hence created alter ego. So that is another Easter egg. You see?
So Maroni is the guy who did that.
Yes, Sal Maroni.
Okay, so
Sal
it was
Maroni.
acid. Damn, Nolan got that wrong too. But anyway, I think the character that Two-Face, like the way they showed Two-Face was crazy. Like it was very good. Guy having morals going totally against them. That was good. And the classic way he kills everyone, the coin. That's where that I think that was right. I mean that was taken from the comics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's
So that was one thing
He
I think
always
that
tosses
worked
a coin.
really well.
Any of this mean anything to you?
You see the font of to the Batman. It's exactly how we see riddles in the game Arkham, the Arkham games and all. Like each and every installment that you have seen of Riddler, the best parts, the font is very important in them. He writes very bad,
yeah.
and the letters are always thin. I think that's what they've shown here. This is the best thing. sequence. Look at the damn cowl, dude. Like it looks so amazing. And look at
Yeah.
the cape. I mean, crazy good cape. And I think the symbol of the
Logo.
bat is from the gun,
Logo.
right?
Yeah, the logo. It's
He made it from the gun, right?
Yeah.
Like in the comics, the first time he made the suit was.
yeah, he made it.
So I think that's what
First
they're going to
logo
show
was-
here too. Because you can see the asymmetric structure, right? He tried making it
Yeah, yeah.
symmetric, but there is a sort of asymmetry you can see because it's a gun at the end. In the end, so he melts it as much as he can, and then he tries to convert it into a bat symbol. So I think we're going to see that here. But also note that although this is year 0 of the Batman that they're going to show, they haven't shown the alley sequence of Bruce Wayne anywhere in the trailer, right?
See, it's not exactly year 0, but it's like in the initial 5 years, because even the Batcaves is very
Yeah, because
rudimentary.
initial year 0 he was not even recognized by Gordon. No.
Exactly.
It
But
was
here
in
you
the
see,
year-
but here you see him with Gordon. So yeah, as you said, initial 5 years. I think we're gonna see all of that happening, like all of.
Yeah.
So I am thinking I don't think trailer may they've shown the bat symbol in the sky, right?
No, they haven't.
No.
Yeah, so I what I'm hoping is it is after he became friends with Gordon, but before Gordon set up a phone call with him, one-way calling
Yeah.
system.
I think it's more like you can say we'll see sort of a Batman Begins installment, but more in a comic book way rather than a socio-political way, right?
I agree.
Maybe, yeah.
Who's this guy? Does anyone know this guy? Any of you do?
I don't exactly remember who is going to
This is the
play.
mayor, right?
Yeah, this is the mayor, but I don't exactly see him as one of the prominent characters. Corona hai bhai, chhod de.
I think this is a part where this guy isn't isn't a friend of Gordon yet. Like we'll see a progression, right? So I think this is a part where he isn't a friend of Gordon yet, and he observes things from a distance, right?
I
The
think
thing
at
is,
this point,
even
he will have a suit.
see, even after he became friends with Gordon, he did not trust the entire GCPD. So
Obviously.
this might be something. So this might be something like that. He trusts Gordon, but not the GCPD, and thus does his own
You're becoming
bit
quite
of investigation.
celebrity.
That's the I think the initial setup of the Batman.
You're becoming quite.
Yeah, there it is.
exactly.
So
Exactly, yeah.
we can see that it's not well developed. It is still in the development phase, but we can see money can buy technology. That's what we can see here. The laptop screens and all that we see.
Everything.
And if you look
Yeah.
at it, this is a pretty good Batcave.
I mean, we get a workshop feel from here, right? That's
Yeah.
what we get the feeling of a workshop feeling, or you can say a den.
Quite celebrity.
And yes, it was a
Yeah, so I agree. So I think this is a pretty good setup.
Why is he writing to you?
This, to me, is a very significant scene because everybody's running haywire. Okay, the guy maybe has a bomb or something. Okay, and
He does.
here we see Bruce Wayne is just looking at the guy and he's like, can I really distinguish Bruce Wayne from Batman? Like, can I actually do that? Bruce Wayne by the day, Bat by the night, as we say.
It's
Right?
it's his moment of choice. What
Exactly. So I think here, like even in the movie, this will be a very crucial scene where we see an entanglement between the two alter egos,
Exactly. Yeah.
and Batman. So I love this, the hairstyle, dude. I mean, my God, I'm having goosebumps right now with the hairstyle. Like such a depressed Bruce Wayne. Like he has given into being Batman, and He doesn't care about being a playboy and stuff like that, right? That's what they're showing with this hairstyle, like full on depressed Batman, but not exactly depressed. I mean, full on engrossed Batman, Bruce Wayne. Casting is right, but the mask is so bad. You,
Again,
Even,
origin, so we
okay.
can just let it slide for now.
yeah.
Exactly.
They've just given a hint, that she's the Catwoman by the whisker, the ears that are there. This guy's the Penguin?
Yeah, I think
This
so.
guy. This
I
guy's
think this guy's the
Falcon.
Penguin. Let us check
Maybe
the
Falcon.
cast, right? Okay, just a minute. Let me just push it down here. Batman cast.
Colin Farrell is Penguin.
Oh shit. Oh shit. We're in for a treat, dude. I want to see Andy Serkis as Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth. My God, this is gonna be epic. Like the closest Andy Serkis has ever been to playing this good a character has been in Prestige. If you guys have seen Prestige, you'd know he plays
Yeah.
Tesla's helper, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think
Hold
that's
on,
the
go back.
closest he has been. Just a minute. Yeah.
Commissioner Loeb.
Okay, nothing. Cool.
So Paul Dano is the Riddler. I think it's a great casting given his physique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz can play an amazing Catwoman because she has that attitude. We have seen her in 13 Reasons Why, right? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know about Carver Brothers. What are they going to play? What the hell? Are they body doubles or something? Barry Keoghan is Stanley. Who? Stanley something he's playing. Do you know Jill Coulson? What is his? I mean, Peter Sarsgaard is a huge, actor. So, do you actually know who Jill Coulson might be?
I think he's one of the reporters.
Okay. Might be. When it comes to John Turturro, we have seen him in Transformers, right?
No,
He
Jill
is-
Coulson will play District Attorney.
Oh, DA.
Who is Jill Coulson? Oh, okay. He is the district.
DA.
All right.
DA. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sort of a breakdown of the characters we have. So we haven't seen Paul Dano's face. We haven't seen Colin Farrell's face, I think. Let's see the whole...
That's Colin Farrell. That's Colin Farrell.
this...
The Penguin
no,
is Colin Farrell. Yeah. That's
this
Colin
isn't
Farrell.
Colin. No, dude. What the hell, man? What is up with his
That's
face? Let's see.
If you are justice,
Okay, so...
you are
Yeah, this is the Joker group, right? This was shown in
Yeah.
Arkham
So-
Knight, if I'm not wrong, or was it
Yeah,
shown in
yeah.
as? This was shown in Arkham
So,
Knight, right?
Arkham Knight. So it is formed after Joker is gone. Like it is starting to form when Joker is already in operation, but it comes into effect after he is gone.
I don't know how are they gonna incorporate Batman's initial years to when Joker is gone, because I think Joker died even in the comics he died very late, right? Late into
Yeah, he
Batman's
did.
face.
That's another thing that I'm actually looking forward to see. I don't know exactly how they're going to integrate these teams, this Joker gang.
You know what?
Man.
Another good what
Yes.
I feel is if they're going to show that Joker is dead, then if you remember the Joker movie that came out, Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you remember,
Maybe
when he
that.
became the Joker, Bruce Wayne was a kid.
Yeah. If they're going to
So
follow
it
that,
might be possible that
hey,
these are people who follow his ideology and he's already dead.
exactly.
and this is like 30 years or 20 years down the line from that
Exactly.
point.
Yeah, from that timeline, maybe. Yeah.
But let's look at the suit when he's fighting these guys. I think
Our justice. Please do not lie. What is the price?
this is a good part where we see Catwoman fighting Batman. Batman is dodging Catwoman.
But not.
I mean, I'm saying
Zoe Kravitz.
Batman is
Yeah.
dodging like without any efforts. So
Exactly.
Catwoman's very initial years, I think.
Further blind.
This is the Riddler, right?
This Riddler.
Yeah, because look at the green jacket he's wearing. I mean, instead of giving him the classic green suit, they have gone with the jacket and stuff like that. So they're going to give a realist
everything- so-
angle to
say-
Batman, I think.
Everything is very rudimentary in this project. So everything is in initial stages. You
Yeah,
see?
so that's what I was saying.
Everything
That
and everyone.
yeah,
Everyone.
So-
Everyone and everything, to be honest. Like thing,
Yeah.
I'm saying thing because Bat Cave and everything.
So I think
years of operation.
this is if they go on to make more parts of Matt Reeves installment, I think it'll be a good comic book element to the movies, because we usually see villains dying, right? Even the MCU has gotten it
Yeah.
very wrong that way. We usually see villains dying, and sometimes villains with great potential, where they could come up with amazing stuff later on. They're just killing them off and giving some weird reasons and stuff like that. So I think showing everyone in the initial stages, okay, and then Batman beating them, but then eventually them getting out and repeating their deeds and getting bigger with time and more prepared with time.
As long as what I think will happen is Batman will put them all in Arkham Asylum one by one or however, and
Yeah.
then as it has been in comics where they escape Asylum and then go back to their old deeds.
Yeah.
I think
And
if
the
this is
cycle
what
continues.
happens, and if we see a sort of a gaming experience on screen through live action movie, we'd be very delighted, right?
Yeah.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Okay. I think this is where everybody would have flipped. All right, this is the scene where
Exactly.
everyone would have flipped, because this is what we were scared of. Batman going back to like sort of a Christian Bale tone, and him having that low agility and stuff like that. So I think we won't have that problem with this Batman.
Fighting sequences are great. I was just saying the fighting sequences are going to be great. I guess the
Yeah.
choreography is just next level
Exactly.
shit, man.
Exactly.
I'm vengeance.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Innovation OP.
Does anyone remember 1961's Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
You remember the car there? It was an antique
Yeah.
car, and it had no innovation. But there was nothing special about that car. It just had the bat symbol. That was the
Yeah.
Batmobile, right? So I think what they've done
Exactly.
is they've sort of incorporated that here by having the frontal body
Of
as a
original
muscle
car
car.
and this
As a muscle
back.
car, which is an old 1960s model, and the hindsight, if you look at it from the hindsight, it's totally a Batmobile, right?
Exactly.
Oh dang, this angle is just crazy, man. Look at this beauty. Holy shit.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, so do you see Penguin having that umbrella?
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah, there it was. So It's for a split second, just a split second. He's driving with the umbrella in his hand. I'll just go to 2.5. There you go. There's the umbrella.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's definitely the umbrella. It's conical and stuff. So
Okay.
You're part of this too.
Yeah.
this is the only place where we see an intersection between Batman and Bruce Wayne, like a legit continuity from removing the cowl to becoming Bruce
How
Wayne.
am I part of this? You'll see.
Yeah, so amazing trailer. We have broken it down.
I'm just hyped up, man. I'm just hyped up for this.
I think if we go by the trailer, it's gonna be amazing. But just one thing, जो मुझे खल रही है, the voice.
Should anyway,
I think
you have to
ये
take-
लग रहा है. What I feel is उसका voice जो modulation होता है उसके suit में, he's gonna incorporate that slowly into his suit
maybe, yeah. maybe.
with time.
I mean, in the initial time, he can't have everything, no. He'll
Exactly.
build
So,
towards
yeah.
it.
yeah, so that is what
Yeah.
I am looking forward to. Let's see if Matt Reeves does that. So I think we are out of time for now. We're left with Justice League. Let's do a part 2 of this podcast.
Dude, the thing is, even with Justice League, you can't talk about perfection, right?
Yeah,
So,
we'll get
Smack
into that.
it.
We'll get into that. Let's keep it for the second part because I think we have talked for quite a long time now. All right.
Yeah, dude,
Over
I guess we have.
So,
And we'll also talk a lot on Justice League as well. So
yep. We are going to talk a
better
lot
to
about
keep it in
Justice
another. It's better to keep it in another show, probably.
Exactly.
So,
You got lives, you know.
thank you for being here.
Man, loved it.
I hope you guys liked the discussion. I hope I did a good job as host. This was my first installment. So thank you for being here. I'm just gonna mute you guys and say goodbye to my audience. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you guys could just switch off your videos. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast. And if you like the discussions that we are doing, I know this was more geeky than expected, but I'll try to keep it more towards the emotional and philosophical side going ahead. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And if you like it, please like, share, subscribe my channel and this video. Comment section में लिखिए कि where I can get where I can improve, how I can improve this, and we're gonna have more guests coming in. We're gonna have a lot of other friends from my college coming in and talking about a lot of other things. Justice League coming up, second part. Stay tuned for that, and thank you. This is me, Mayank Anand, signing off. Well, welcome to the show called Couch Potato, and we'll be going ahead and putting a lot of other types of content on the channel. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you.